Okay, and I guess we are rolling. Alrighty, so we are doing a live stream. So this is going to be a live stream, so it's not going to have the typical production quality of a standard video, because I am just armed with my phone, YouTube live stream, and my wits. So in today's video, we're taking a look at some ThinkPads that I bought off of eBay. These are both T410 laptops, paid $40 for them. $20 for each one. The seller originally wanted 50, but I was like, hey, I'll do 40, and he said, that's fine. Because these are untested, so I have no idea if they work. If they don't work, I actually do have a spare, I think I have 2 or 3 spare T410 motherboards, so I could just swap those in and call it a day. But I do want to see if these work, because, well, you never know. So I have my Lenovo power adapter, and the ThinkPads are obviously in this box. I am a little bit concerned about whether or not these survive shipping, because as you can see by the bulges, he stuffed 2 ThinkPad T410s into this priority mail package. So I have no idea if it survives shipping or not. I really hope these aren't damaged. But let's get started. So I guess we just open up the side here and just hope that everything survived. Once again, this is not going to be a high quality video because it's just me, my phone, and YouTube. So do not expect, oh god damn it, they use packing peanuts. I hate packing peanuts, they make such a mess. Okay. That is going to be very fun to clean up. As if this place wasn't already a mess. Oh, like, look at it. Like, ugh. I wish they would ban packing peanuts. Like, these things are, annoying. So here's one. It has a few little scratches on it, but it actually looks worse on camera than it is in real life. But overall, this looks to be in pretty good cosmetic condition. It's got an optical drive, has the express card cover. Oops. Touchpad and keyboard are in decent shape. Has a fingerprint reader. Yeah, this one's not in bad shape, other than for some reason they put tape over the stickers. And, okay, yeah, these don't have a hard drive bay, so gonna have to get some caddies. Now let's look at the second one. This one's also in pretty good cosmetic condition, other than having tape here for some reason. Why do they put tape on these things? Like, seriously. Yeah, these don't have batteries. I bought them untested off eBay. 20 bucks each. Not a bad deal for some T410s. T410 is not my favorite laptop because it doesn't have the classic design like the T400 does, and it also is much less powerful than the T420 and T430 because it's limited to only 8 gigabytes of RAM. It doesn't support quad-core processors, and there's no way to put an IPS display in these things. T420 and T430 can at least be modified to support IPS displays. This one, keyboard's a little bit more worn out, but still feels pretty good. Touchpad has almost no wear and tear. Track point also doesn't have any wear, so I guess they mostly use this with an external mouse. Have a fingerprint reader. Again, there's tape on here for some reason. Let's see what kind of keyboards these are. Okay. I forget if that's Alps or Chickney. I think it's an Alps keyboard. And what about this one? Yep, I think both of these are Alps. But now comes the moment of truth. Get our power adapter, plug them into the wall, and see if these two suckers work. Okay. It's at least good to know that they're in good cosmetic condition. If they came all beat up, I would have been pretty mad. Okay, put this one off to the side. They're very light when you don't have a hard drive or a battery installed. Like, the battery really does add a lot of weight to these machines. Fucking packing pants. Alrighty. plug this in. Boom! Explosion! Just kidding. Oh, God. They even got... They even got packing peanuts in the stinking heatsink. Oh, we have power. And we have ThinkPad. Not bad. I'm getting a ThinkPad 390E. Nice. Oh, it's got a password. I knew there'd be a catch. I wonder if we can get into the BIOS. So this one works, but it has a BIOS password on. I think there's a way to clear... Oops. I think there's a way to clear the standard BIOS password. I think that's separate from a supervisor password. Yeah, so this has a password on it. So this works, but it's got a password. That might make for an interesting video, because there are ways to bypass the BIOS password and reset it. I imagine if that one had a BIOS password, this one will too. But we shall find out. So this one gets power and it turns on. That's good. And... shut off on me? It did not like that. Okay, so this one actually has a fingerprint thing on it. Great. Okay, so both of these have BIOS passwords. Not a big deal. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty sure it's fairly easy to remove those. I'm pretty sure there's a way, like, you can take the system apart, short a few pins on the motherboard, and have yourself a fun little time. This one was made in December of 2010. And this one was made in October of 2010. Okay, so these both have BIOS passwords, but we should be able to remove them. That may be a subject for an upcoming video, if I can figure out how to do it. I'll probably film the video regardless, and then we'll see on the fly if it works or not. If I can't get it to work, then I won't make a video about it. I don't know anyone who locks out their BIOS. Companies should be able to clear BIOS password. Remove CMOS. Nice ThinkPads. Batteries are cheap for them these days. Yeah, they're pretty cheap. It's a ThinkPad. The delivery van would collapse before the ThinkPad stops working. You guys are funny. I got a T440p in your videos. Helped me immensely when upgrading it. Thanks for work. ThinkPad plus Linux equals perfection. Now, ThinkPads in general are perfection. You don't need Linux to make a ThinkPad perfect. They're perfect as they are. Even with no operating system, these things are perfect. Time to do a video on bypassing the BIOS and fingerprint passwords. You are correct, Learning Bird. So, a couple people have said if you remove the CMOS battery, it might be able to clear the password. And I believe that is the case. If it's not a supervisor password, removing the CMOS battery can do that. So, if you guys hang tight with me, someone's at the door. That's some marketing person trying to get me to buy, I don't know, donate to some organization or contribute to a political campaign. I'm just not going to answer the door. Can I install DOS on one of these? I have no idea, to be honest. Hey man, I love your videos. This is good stuff. I'm pretty interested in ThinkPads too. I have 7, not much, but I love them. 7's a lot. So you guys can stay tuned. I'm going to grab a screwdriver, and we're going to remove the CMOS batteries, and then we're going to see if that fixed the password problem. So I will be right back. Is the marketing person going? Ah, thank God. Marketing person's gone. I don't have to contribute to any political campaigns. Woo! Alrighty, I'm back. I have a screwdriver. There have been 2 marketing persons at Install Linux, then DOS emulator. Yeah, maybe. There have been 2 marketing persons at my door recently. Yeah, I hate them. They're so annoying. Like, sometimes they're legitimately good people that just want to get some window estimates or tell you about why so-and-so is better than so-and-so. Now, I forget, is the battery just underneath here on this model? Some of them, the battery's like right here, and then others you have to remove the keyboard for it. Oh, battery's not right there. Darn. We do have RAM. I mean, it makes sense this thing worked. 2 gigabytes. So, my question is there 2 more gigabytes underneath the keyboard or not? Let's take out this other screw. I think the battery's right under the keyboard. Okay. At least both of these work. I'm kind of glad. Like, I knew neither of them had like a broken screen or anything. I could tell by the pictures, but you never know. I do hate getting these keyboards off sometimes. Oh. Hello? Oops. Didn't want to do that. It's like, it's the place you instinctively push, and then... Come on. Get your stupid keyboard. There we go. Yeah, there's our little battery. Do we have more RAM in here? We do have more RAM in here. Nice. How much? Probably just another 2 gigabytes. That's nice. That means I don't have to buy RAM for this thing. Yeah, 2 gigabytes. So we have 4 gigs of RAM in this machine. I would assume the other one will also have 4 gigs. But hey, I don't have to buy RAM for this. Whoa. Okay. So, I forget how this works. I think you take out the battery, and do you, like, have to press and hold the power button for, like, 20 seconds? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've done this. I'm kind of disappointed that this is not one of the models with the dedicated GPU. The spare motherboard I have for the T410 is one that has the dedicated GPU. I think you hold this in for, like, what, 30 seconds? At least the keyboard does come off. True. Apple. Yeah, sometimes they're good indeed, but I'm just not interested in what they're trying to sell. Also, can't the supervisor password be removed too by flashing core boot or LibreBoot? Okay, I want to try core boot or LibreBoot eventually, or LibreBoot, however you say that. But that's a little bit beyond my area of expertise. That's more like flashing chips and stuff. RAM in the same area of HP laptop too. Hey! Hey. So has it been like 30 seconds? Cue the Jeopardy theme. I'd say that's 30 seconds. So, let's see if we got rid of our passwords. Oh, it just turned itself on. Hope I didn't just brick it or something. That'd be awkward. Sebi bricking a ThinkPad. Oh, you're not going to stay on? Third time's the charm. Let's go. We'll just let it sit. We'll let it do its thing. I don't know what it's doing. Oh, hey. System configuration data updated. Aww. I got excited for a second. Darn it. Oh well. Well, we'll put this off to the side. And we'll just let it sit for a few minutes. Maybe that will drain it. Maybe we'll have more luck with the other one. These stinking packing peanuts. Like, go away. Nobody likes you. If you like packing peanuts, I'm pretty sure something's wrong with you. So, considering I did not have luck with that one, unless I didn't hold the power button long enough or something, maybe there actually is a supervisor password on these. I don't know. So did any of you guys see Spider-Man? It was really good. He would clear. How would it clear the CMOS without a main battery in? What? I'm confused. What do you mean without a main battery? You're saying I... Yeah, whatever. What kind of RAM do we have in here? Another 2 gig stick. Yay. Cool. There was someone on TV which slept on packing peanuts. I feel very bad for that person. These are always so... Come on. No, you're not supposed to do that, but... works for me every time, so whatever. If I break something, that's on me. There we go. So let's unplug this battery. Maybe. And we do have RAM in here too. Let's see how much RAM. Probably another probably another 2 gig stick. Yep. 2 gig stick. So both of these ThinkPads have 4 gigabytes of RAM. Ideally, you'd want to upgrade to 8, but honestly, these models will do just fine with 4 gigs, unless you like really, really need the RAM for whatever reason. Okay. So let's just hold that button down and pray for something. Epic laptops, yes. Epic laptops, indeed. Mr. Oinky? What kind of name is that? Oh well. So anyone seen Spider-Man? Anyone here like those Marvel movies? I saw it last night. I thought it was pretty good. Lots of good stuff. Some good references and stuff. I also saw Men in Black last week. Supervisor or BIOS password? That's a good question. Frankly, I do not know. Some people here said that it's possibly just a BIOS password, and in that case it can be cleared just by taking the CMOS battery out and maybe holding down the power button for the rest of the time. I don't know. But it didn't work with this other T410, so I'm guessing it's probably a supervisor password. I haven't seen the new Spider-Man yet. I'm thinking of watching it, though. I don't watch a lot of Marvel. Well, then you're going to have some catching up to do, like 22 movies to watch. I mean, it's a good movie on its own, but, like, you need to see the other movies to really get everything. Yeah, supervisor looks like a pain to reset. Gotta take the palm rest off and get to one of the flash chips. Yeah, you have to like short out one of the chips. And I actually did it once on a T420, but I wasn't filming the process. But I did do it. I think that was 30 seconds. Do you guys think that was 30 seconds? Yeah. So let's just plug this in. Let it run through its thing. Probably not going to have any more luck with this one, because I'm pretty sure these came from the same place. Probably have the same thing on it. System configuration data updated. And password and fingerprint. Okay, so unless I did something wrong in clearing the CMOS, looks like we're going to have to do a little more hands-on thing with this. What did you pay, by the way? Oh, $20 for each of them, so $40 total. The seller wanted $50. I talked him down to $40. And that's a hell of a good deal for two T410s. These aren't my favorite laptops. They're not really that valuable anymore. But fully working, they're worth well more than $20, so not bad. Hey, ThinkLight. Yay. Okay. Finger scan failed. Yeah, because I didn't put my stinking finger in. I'm just gonna, just for shits and giggles, I want to try. Aww. Figured I'd give it a try. Even some really secure corporate environments only use password as their password. So. Oh, it even has the fingerprint light up whenever it's turned off. Yeah, that's what I did with my T420 back when I had one. I set it so you had to use your fingerprint to turn it on. Aw, see, it doesn't like my fingerprint. Apparently my fingerprint isn't worthy. Oh well. So, I guess these are going to be two projects to work on, and if I fuck up one of them, I'll have another one to try not to fuck up. And hopefully I can get the passwords off both of these. I may do a quick Google search real quick just to see, like, if there's something I'm missing, if there's anything else I can do before I go down the route of taking the whole computer apart. I'm pretty sure I did it right. I mean, you unplug it, you clear the CMOS, yeah. Great deal. Wait. Since I'm lame, what ThinkPads did he get? They're both T410s. Great deal. If you can remove those passwords, that'd be great. Indeed, that would be great. And then I could sell these for like $1,000 for like new condition. Ba-dum-tsh. If you unplug the CMOS battery and nothing happened, it must be a supervisor. You are correct. Both of these, I unplugged the battery. Still nothing, so it's probably a supervisor password. And why do people always have to call when I'm doing a video? It better be someone important. Somebody I don't really care to talk to. You got two T410s. Good luck with the projects. Thank you. Yeah, so maybe I can do a quick Google search. Ah. Whatever. Try a buffer overflow on the password introducing a huge set of characters. Yeah, I am not that sophisticated. I don't know very much about like programming and stuff. So, how about, and I think you only get a certain amount of tries before it like locks the computer. I'm not sure. I don't know if they did the Apple iPhone approach to that. I'm going to grab my laptop real quick and do a quick Google search, just see if there's anything else I can do before I do the rest of it. And then you can remove the password by shorting 2 pins on the chip. Yeah, I know that. I've done it on a T420 before. I was hoping I wouldn't have to do it on these just because you have to take the whole stinking machine apart. But, oh well. Alright, so I'm going to grab my laptop, my trusty ThinkPad X230, and see if I can get anything else on here. Da-da-da-da-da. Alright, so I have my X230 here. Just gonna do a quick little Google search for removing the okay. So I found a YouTube video. Alright. So, yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to take these machines further apart and do the shorting of pins to get these to work. So that'll be a subject for another video. So, if anybody has any last-minute questions they want to share, feel free to. Give you guys like 30 seconds, something like that. And then I'll probably end this live stream because, well, this was inconclusive and I can't just take these machines apart on video. I mean, I could, but... Hi, is buying a T530 and upgrading it to the max, 16 gigabytes eGPU, GTX 970, good idea, or is it better just stick to PC? So, T530, I had one for a while, very solid laptop. I would recommend upgrading it to the W530. They share the same chassis, so just get a W530 motherboard. Because the W530 can take more RAM, it can take faster processors, and it has better graphics than the T530. T530, in terms of power, is essentially a 15-inch T430. W530 has a bit more oomph to it. With an external graphics card, it'd definitely be a killer of a machine. But it depends on your needs. Like, if you have the money to buy a laptop, and then you have the money to buy or build a decent PC, then just do that. That's what I do. But if you really, really need everything all in one machine, then external graphics card with the T530 would be a very nice machine. What is your favorite car? That's an excellent question. I don't really have a set favorite right now. Anything that's not Hyundai. I'm really mad at Hyundai right now because my dad's car is a Hyundai, and it has an engine issue, which was a known defect that they did a recall on. But now the Hyundai dealership does not want to honor that recall, and they don't want to pay to get it repaired, even though it's their fault. Really like Honda, really like Toyotas. We have a Toyota Corolla S. It's a 6-speed manual, 2014 model, V6 engine, I think. Very nice car. Running an X220 with SSD, 16 gigs of RAM, IPS upgrade panel, great Linux machine. Yeah, X220 is a very solid machine. I've got my X230 here with a classic keyboard, X220 palm rest. Only 8 gigs of RAM in there, an SSD, and this is an IPS panel. It's nice. Sadly, I'm running Windows 10, so you're going to hate me, but whatever. Still a very solid machine. Any last-minute questions from anybody? Can be about this video, can be about ThinkPads, can be about whatever you want, within reason. What's the best Linux distro for a newbie? If by newbie you mean that you are just getting into Linux, you've never used Linux before, I would say Ubuntu or Lubuntu, any of those Ubuntu-based distros would be just a good starting point before you get into the more sophisticated Linux distros. I'm sure there's somebody out there that's more of an expert on Linux that can tell you more about that. X230 tips. That's very, very broad. I need more details. Like, what do you need tips with? It's an X230. My T430 has a TN panel in it now. Is upgrading it to an IPS a good idea? That entirely depends. If you could really benefit from a 1080p upgrade or from an IPS upgrade, you have to buy an adapter board off of eBay or some other website. It's about $50 or $60, I think. Because by default, the T430 is not compatible with IPS displays. So you have to buy an adapter kit in order for IPS displays to work, and then you can buy a 14-inch 1080p IPS panel, and it should work. But it's just a little bit of an expensive upgrade, and you do have to actually take apart your laptop to install the adapter board. But it's not like the X220 and X230, where if you want a 1080p display, you have to solder a board on and lose your DisplayPort output. Ubuntu for sure, Linux Mint, yeah, those are both good options. What upgrade should I do? 8 gigabytes of RAM, 120 gig SSD, 6-cell TN panel. Upgrade to an IPS display. That's probably the best upgrade you're ever going to do for an X230. Whether or not more than 8 gigabytes of RAM makes sense to you really depends on what you're doing. Law of diminishing returns is a thing, and if you're not doing anything that requires more RAM, you're not going to see any benefits from upgrading to more than 8 gigabytes of RAM. And 120 gig SSD, again, that depends on what you're doing. If you need more storage, get a bigger drive. If you don't need that much storage, then 120 gigs is fine. What do you think? Should I buy missing parts for my 4x3 T61? I'm thinking of doing it. Wanted to hear your opinion. Yeah, the 14-inch 4x3 T61 is kind of rare. Lenovo didn't really advertise those. They didn't really sell them. By the end of the T61's lifespan, I'm pretty sure the 4x3 T61 was a custom order option. I don't think you could just go on their website and buy it. And I know they discontinued it early. They discontinued it a few months before the widescreen T61 was discontinued. So they are hard to find. So I would definitely keep that and get everything working and upgrade it because it's not a very common machine. Have you ever been able to make Lenovo Power Manager work in Windows 10? It works in 7 and 8, but not in 10. Lenovo kind of released an app called Lenovo Vantage, which kind of takes the place of Power Manager and Lenovo System Update and all those old programs that used to be separate programs in Windows 7 and 8. They kind of consolidated it all into one program in Windows 10, which is called Lenovo Vantage. You can download it from the Windows Store. And it has most of the it has some of the features of Power Manager. I don't think it has all of them. For Linux noobs, Linux Mint, Linux blah blah blah. Okay, Linux. I'm finding the standard HD IPS on the X220 is this whole screen. Anything higher res than upscaling. I agree with you there. Thanks for your advice. Might start saving up for a 240 gig SSD. Yeah, 240 gig SSDs are getting very cheap. I was at Best Buy the other day. Got a 240 gig SSD for like $29. And they're about the same price on Amazon. And it's from a reputable brand too, so like they're getting pretty cheap. It was like $10 more than 120 gig. Just bought an X220 and use Windows 10. Works great. Oh gee, a live stream about old ThinkPads. Greetings from Germany. Guten Tag. Ich spreche nicht Deutsch. Yeah, I took like 2 years of German, and I don't remember very much. I know how to say, ich spreche nicht Deutsch, and sprechen Sie English. That's all I need to know. Pronunciation on that probably was not good. My teacher did not know pronunciation for German. But I think that's all for today. Unless anybody else sends a question before I end the live stream, I'll answer that, but I'm going to probably end things here in the next moment or so, because I'm going to get these back together for the time being, and then clean up this god-awful mess. Why do packing peanuts still exist? Like, seriously, can anybody tell me? Like, of all the things in this country that they ban, they haven't banned packing peanuts. Like, come on. Talk to your senators about that stuff. Okay, I'm just kidding. Bye, have a great day. Like your videos, please keep making them. Thank you. L430 is basically a cheap T430. That is very true. They're not exactly the same. The L series is kind of like the old R series. It's just kind of a cheaper ThinkPad. And they've gotten more and more similar to the T series as time has gone on. But I'm not a big fan of the L430 just because I think it looks butt ugly. But yeah. Bye. See you later. Thanks for the answers. Yeah, no problem. So that's all for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this special live stream in this low quality streaming from a phone format. So have a good rest of your day, and at some point in the near future, when I get some time on my hands, I will make some more videos. Maybe on these, maybe on the ThinkPad T601, maybe on a Mac. I don't know. But have a great day, and as they say in Germany, Auf Wiedersehen.